Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. This one's a real game changer, and it's got everyone talking across the NFL circles. Rumors are swirling that the Carolina Panthers might be gearing up for a major rebuild, and a name that keeps popping up in trade discussions is none other than Derrick Brown, the dominant defensive tackle for the Panthers. And get this, there's talk that Pittsburgh might be in the mix to bring him in. Yeah, you heard right. A trade that could reshape our defensive line and set us up for a serious run in the playoffs. Let's break it down. The Panthers, sitting at a disappointing 4-10 this season, are clearly in full rebuild mode. The front office knows they need to stockpile draft picks, especially with the goal of developing young quarterbacks and building for the future. Sources like Diana Rossini have been mentioning how Carolina's cap space is around $22 million, which gives them some flexibility to make bold moves. And there's a growing sense that they're willing to part ways with key veterans to accelerate the rebuild, especially a player of Brown's caliber. Now, Derrick Brown isn't just any defensive lineman. This guy has been a force in the trenches since he entered the league in 2019. Just last season, he racked up 98 tackles, including 6 sacks, and was a nightmare against the run, earning an 82. 6 PFF run grade. He's the kind of player who anchors the defensive front, stopping 42 runs for loss or no gain. And his career stats are impressive, over 300 tackles, 21 sacks, and 48 tackles for loss, with an EPA per run stop averaging around 15. That's the kind of consistency and disruptive presence every good team needs. Brown's Week 9 performance against the Falcons was a perfect showcase of his impact. 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and he didn't allow any yards on 8 rushing attempts. That's elite stuff. And despite some injury scares this year, minimal missed games due to a strain and a scare from an ACL injury in 2023, he's been durable when it counts. His style of play draws comparisons to a lighter version of Aaron Donald, quick, relentless, and able to collapse the pocket from the inside. His yards per stop at just 2. 8 is a testament to how efficiently he disrupts plays, boosting defenses, stuff rate by about 12%. Why would the Panthers consider trading Brown? Well, with their record of 4-10, they're clearly prioritizing draft capital over veteran stability. They're eyeing the NFL draft, especially with the possibility of developing a franchise quarterback like Bryce Young. The focus is on building for the future, and letting go of a player like Brown might be a necessary move to get the picks they need. Plus, with the cap space available, they could free up some room to focus on adding playmakers at wide receiver, especially with Thielen retiring and the team looking to bolster its offensive weapons. Now, let's talk about the impact on the Steelers. Bringing Derrick Brown into the fold would be huge, especially considering our current defensive struggles. Our run defense has been a bit leaky, allowing around 4 or 5 yards per carry, which isn't what we're used to from Steel City defenses. Adding Brown, along with a player like Keanu Benton, would create a true wall in the middle of our line. Think of it, Brown's presence would significantly cut down the yards per carry allowed, projected to drop from 4.5 to about 3.7, according to PFF data. That's a massive upgrade, especially against those tough AFC North rivals like the Bengals and Ravens, who love to pound the ball. And it's not just about stuffing runs. Brown's addition would bolster our interior pass rush, increasing pressure rates and helping us generate more sacks. With Hayward aging and less explosiveness, Brown would step in to fill that gap. His ability to push the pocket and collapse the interior would create more opportunities for our outside linebackers and edge rushers to get home. Imagine the pressure on Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson with Brown anchoring the middle, disrupting their rhythm and forcing mistakes. Statistically, adding Brown could lead to an approximate increase of 14% in our defensive EPA versus the run, which is a big deal, especially when you consider how crucial stopping the ground game is in the postseason. We saw that last year against teams like Buffalo, where stopping Cook and that run-heavy attack was key to winning games. Brown's versatility in pass rush, adding sacks and interior pressure, would also help our goal of becoming a top 10 defense again, which is exactly what we need to make a serious push towards our 7th Super Bowl title. Now let's look at the bigger picture. This trade, if it happens, could forge a legendary defensive line in Pittsburgh. Think about the impact it would have, creating a front seven that's tough to run against and relentless in the pass rush. It would be a statement move, signaling that the Steelers are serious about reclaiming their spot at the top of the AFC. And considering the current odds, places like Caesars are suggesting Steelers at plus 2,500, moving to plus 1,300 for Super Bowl LX. That's a sign they're building a team capable of making a real postseason push. Strengthening the run, defense, and interior pass rush could be the X factor that takes us from playoff contender to Super Bowl favorite. Of course, the Panthers are in a tough spot now, sitting at the bottom of the standings, and the focus on acquiring draft picks makes sense. They're in the abyss, with the future of the franchise hanging in the balance. But for us Steelers fans, this potential move feels like a shot in the arm. It's a risk, sure, but one that could pay off big time. A move like this would be a statement of intent, showing that Pittsburgh is ready to invest in the trenches, to build a defense that's dominant for years to come, and to set us up for a deep playoff run. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't just about adding a good player. It's about setting a tone for the franchise. It's about rebuilding that steel curtain, that relentless, intimidating presence that once made Heinz Field a fortress. With Brown's skill set, we'd be looking at a defense that's not only tough against the run, but also capable of creating chaos in the backfield, forcing turnovers, and making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. That's the kind of defense that wins championships, and that's what every Steelers fan dreams of. So as we keep an eye on the rumors and watch this story unfold, it's clear that the Steelers could be on the verge of something special. This isn't just speculation, it's a potential game changer that could define our season. Whether or not it materializes, one thing is for sure, Pittsburgh is always looking to get better, to push that boulder uphill, and to chase that elusive 7th Lombardi trophy. And with moves like this, we're showing that we're not backing down from the challenge. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Derrick Brown deal? Do you think it makes sense for the Steelers to go all in and make this move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, we're all in this together, fans, players, and staff, trying to bring that trophy back home. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. We're building something special here, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Keep the faith, stay loud, and let's get ready for the next chapter of Steelers football.